up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today we've got a 4-2-3-1 custom tactics video that helped me while I'm playing in the elite division at the moment. So yeah, I just had a lot of feedback on my on Facebook posts that I put into the relevant FIFA groups that I'm in, with what my custom tactics are, what players do I use, etc, etc. So I just thought it'd be easier just to put it all into one video so everyone can see it. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So obviously this is the team I use for this weekend league, yeah, I got rank 2. I should have really got rank 1, but I bottled a few games. But you know, it happens. It's FIFA. It's whatever. No one's perfect. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So with the custom tactics, you know, the 4-2-3-1, we got defensive style and balanced. Just because I feel like if you go pressure on heavy touch and press after possession lost, if you don't have players with high stamina, it's really hard to keep up with how things are in the game. Constant pressure as well, I'd only really use in a really attacking formation like the 4-2-2 or 4-2-4. So yeah, I'd make sure, you know, just keep those sort of off until, you know, they're really needed. Sort of the same with drop back really. With drop back, you know, I feel like you just leave yourself a bit too open and it's a bit too you know, push back into your own box, allowing your opponent to sort of counter on you and sort of get the finesse shots from outside. But yeah, so that's why I just think balance sort of works to this formation. With the width and depth, they're both 45 and 40. Just on the basis of that, you know, with how the defense closes in, everyone attacks down the middle nowadays. So keeping that defense nice, tight and compact, you know, you rarely come up against people that really attack down the wings and try and cross it in now. So yeah, having your defense really compact and, you know, solid in the middle, I think is really vital this year. For this formation, I like to go slow build up, just on the premise of that, you know, I like passing the ball around a bit, creating chances, not just going forward the whole time. And also I feel like in fast build up, just for me personally, whenever I got the ball, let's say, I don't know, with one of my defenders, all my attackers are just sort of running away and my midfield players just all run away from me, which is not ideal. With long ball, it works on a few formations, but I feel like for this one it's not very viable. But you know, you can put it on if that's what suits your play style, you know, the long over the top through balls. But I think for this formation it's just not very viable because you've only got, you know, although you have 4 attackers in a sense, you know, just having that one striker, unless sort of like an Mbappe or a really elite player, yeah, I just don't think it will be really viable. So that's why I go on slow build up, just to you know, just build up the play, and obviously yeah, just get it so everything's moving at a right pace, so none of my players are running away from each other, and it's all good. It's all the same with chance creation. You know, I like creating my own chances. I go down the middle quite a lot. Even with these wide players, I don't tend to cross in just because, you know, I'm using small agile players like Dembele, Ben Yedder, Fekir and Bernardo Silva. So yeah, that's the same with the width really. Because I don't go down the wings too often, I like keeping it all sort of compact, but it's just to bring those wide cams in a bit more. So that's pretty much the only reason why I use the width for about 40. But I feel like you could probably, I don't know if it's worth knocking it down to about 35, you know, lower than that. But yeah, 40 just seems to work for me. So yeah, the reason why I got players in the box on 3 is just because obviously you don't want everyone running into the box if you're not crossing the ball. And because I don't cross the ball, you know, I just got it on 3 because although you want them to get in there just in case you can knock it around and knock it into them, you don't need everyone absolutely getting in there. So that's the reason why I've got it on 3. And also with the corners and free kicks, I always just have it on 1 just to try and stop counter attacks. And that's pretty much it. That's going to be the same, I think, for all my custom tactics video, just 1-on-1 on corners and free kicks. So then actually moving on to where everyone plays and the instructions. So for me, Areola, I've got comfort crossing and sweeper keeper. Obviously you can still just play balance I think on keepers in this formation. Really, it just suit, like, it's just your preference really. But for me, comfort crosses and sweeper keeper are just the ones that work. So I'd you know, advise using those. But in case, you know, that doesn't work, or you know, you feel like balance just works best for you, go for that. And as well, remember, you don't need to follow these tactics, you know, to the T. Alter it to your play style. Just know how you kind of want to play, and just alter it to that. With the centre backs, just keep them on how they are normally, with stay while attacking, normal interceptions and stick to position. So with the full backs, I've got stay back while attacking, conservative interceptions, overlap and step up. So stay back while attacking. Obviously, you don't want to, you don't want them to move forward all the time. You can keep this on balance, but it depends on it depends on what fullbacks you have. But with Klaus and Rossilion, I just didn't really feel confident with them going forward, so that's why I've got to stay back while attacking. But I am looking to upgrade it to Hakimi and Alphonso Davies. So yeah, I think for that I will change it into balanced default. But I've got conservative interceptions, so they only try and intercept the pass so they can win the ball clearly. This also just sort of preserves stamina, which I think is very important this year, just preserving your players' staminas. Just because in the last stage of the game it can really come to fruition when, you know, it's just that the die-hard bits of the game and you need someone to sort of, you know, be busting the gut to get back. So I'd make sure to, you know, have it on conservative. Again, if your fullbacks have high stamina, you can probably keep it on balanced or maybe even go aggressive. But again, if you do have it on aggressive, you got to watch out for counter attacks and also your players coming out of position. But for me, I just keep it on conservative and it's worked well. So for overlap, because where my cams are coming more on the inside now, I want my fullbacks to sort of just overlap. You know, not even whilst on the attack, but just, you know, in the sense of if I want build up, if I go into the middle, just having them up there. Then you know, they can whip the ball in or just knock it back in to one of the inside cams. I just find it's really useful. So then for step up, if you're really good at defending or you're a bit more advanced at defending than the average player would be, then I'd say step up is really good. Just because they, you know, it's more of a pressing tactic. I feel like it sort of just gets you up there, gets on the player's toes a bit, and just leaves the opponent really no room. But if you're not really great to attacking, defending even, then, you know, you just want to keep your players where they are, then just, yeah, have it on stick to position. But for me, I like step up on both fullbacks. So then moving on to my more defensive midfielder, you know, the SBC Kante. We've got cut, pass and lay, stay back while attacking, conservative interceptions again, and cover centre. And the reason for this is because Kante's interceptions, bar what everyone's saying, because I've seen some people absolutely slate this card saying, you know, his defence has dropped down or his interceptions have dropped down. It really doesn't make a difference, guys, honestly. I feel like with the added on pace as well, as long as you're not running him out of places and, you know, you're not being silly with your CDMs, then it's just Kante. That's all I can really say. Like, you know when you play against this guy, or if you have his gold card or play with his gold card, he's an absolute monster. So there's no difference, and it's you know, about 80k cheaper, maybe even less now. So with that, that's pretty much what I have it on for the CDM. For my more attacking CDM, so this could be, you know, obviously Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, KDB, just anyone that can really shoot. You know, your little box-to-box midfielders like Renato Sanchez, you know, Llorente's, Goretzka's, players like that really. Just anyone that can really travel with the ball and make an impact just moving forward. So it's pretty much all the same, but except for stay back while attacking, I have it on balance attack. You can even put it up to get forward, but I don't like that just because Pogba shooting, although it is good, I don't really want him getting in there up with my strikers because I know my strikers are the ones to finish. So I normally just leave it on balance. And then going on to the wide cams, I have come back on defence and conservative interceptions again. And the reason why it is come back on defence is just to make that sort of a bit more tighter, just in case Pogba is caught out of position. You know, having the cams come back as well, I just feel, for me personally, although I'm, you know, half decent at defending, I feel like just that bit of extra security does really help. So that's the reason why I've got on comeback defence. You can just keep it on balance or even stay forward, but for me, I think personally, like, the comeback on defence really does help on the wide cams. And then for the middle cam, just conservative interceptions and just keep everything balanced. That's what's worked for me. Obviously, again, you can have it on stay forward, sort of make it into you know, a 4-2-2 in some sort of way, you know, with him staying forward. But for me, I just like it on balanced, just all the way across, but conservative interceptions. And then finally, last but not least, we have Ben Yedder, and we have stay central, getting behind, stay forward. And this is because I don't want Ben Yedder doing any defensive work. I just want him up there to try and score the goals. He's obviously got 5-star weak foot, so he's credible in that sense. But yeah, with all that being said, that's pretty much what I run through with the formation. So I'll just go back onto this screen in case you guys wanted to look at it again. So yeah, obviously this is what we run through, and this is how it looks obviously in game, as you saw before, like everyone's positions. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to slap a like on it. Comment in the comment section down below which formation you want me to give a custom tactics review on next. And yeah, Also, you know, share this with your friends and also subscribe. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers by, you know, maybe we'll try and reach 75 by the end of this year if we can. So we're currently on 46, 45. So if we can reach 100 by the end of this year, that would be absolutely amazing. And also, thank you for the overwhelming support on the Ronaldo player review. I will be doing a player review on some other niche players, sort of like Enteka, you know, Politano, you know, Antonio as well. So if you want to see those and whoever else you want me to see, make sure to put a comment in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and peace.